Have you seen anything like this?
Well, we've had some pretty tense moments, particularly around Brexit, but I've really not seen anything like tonight. What I understand is that we were on a confidence vote, which means if you voted against your government, you'd lose the whip, because in essence you were saying you had no confidence in the government. Then at the dispatch box, in the wind-up, the minister said it wasn't a confidence vote, which created chaos in the division lobbies. There was then a sort of 20-minute delay between the vote happening and the result being announced, which, by the way, wasn't even close. The government won it by nearly 100 votes. But I just think the whole thing is extraordinary, and somewhere in between this, the vote being called and the result being announced, the chief whip resigned.
And have we got that confirmed? Because we've heard these rumours.
Well, I haven't had it confirmed, but it now seems, well, the rumours seem to be growing. They haven't been dismissed by government.
What would that do to the Whip's office's authority, that they have been telling Conservative MPs, in effect today, if you vote against this, you will be voting to bring down the government and you'll lose your membership of the parliamentary party for now? What does it do?
To be perfectly honest, this whole affair is inexcusable. It is a pitiful reflection on the Conservative Parliamentary Party at every level. And it reflects really badly, obviously, on the government of the day.
Do you think there's any coming back from this?
I don't think so. But I haven't. I have to say I've been of that view really since two weeks ago. This is an absolute disgrace. As a Tory MP of 17 years, who's never been a minister, who's got on with it loyally most of the time, I think it's a shambles and a disgrace. I think it is utterly appalling.
So you seem quietly...
I'm livid. And, you know, I really shouldn't say this, but I hope all those people that put Liz Truss in number 10, I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it for the ministerial red box. I hope it was worth it to sit round the cabinet table, because the damage they have done to our party is extraordinary.
I'm sorry, it's very difficult to convey. You look just furious about this.
I am. I've had enough. I've had enough of talentless people putting their tick in the right box, not because it's in the national interest, but because it's in their own personal interest to achieve ministerial position. And I know I speak for hundreds of backbenchers who right now are worrying for their constituents all the time, but now worrying about their own personal circumstances, because there is nothing as an ex-MP, and a lot of my colleagues are wondering, as many of their constituents are wondering, how they're going to pay their mortgages if this all comes to an end soon.
What do you do next? How do you move on from this?
Well, I'm leaving Parliament at the next general election, and I'm leaving voluntarily. But unless we get our act together and behave like grown-ups, I'm afraid many hundreds of my colleagues, perhaps 200, will be leaving at the behest of their electorate. So that's really pretty much all I've got to say. Patience reached the limit.